Hello everyone and welcome back to the Tobit channel. Today we're going to be ranking Thanksgiving foods. And I'm joined by Camo Stag. Psst, say something.
Yeah, here I am.
Yeah, and to start things off, we're going to be looking at red velvet cake, which I've never had on Thanksgiving, but I guess other people must have it, so.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've never heard of it. I've never seen it on TV. Never been a thing, and I don't know. Maybe it's a thing. Some people's houses. I've never heard of it myself. That being said, red velvet cake sucks. Cream cheese is nasty. It's D tier. Uh, D tier at best. Honestly, it's not. I'm not a big fan of cake in general, but in particular, red velvet cake, it's not good.
Yeah. I cannot remember what it tastes like. I'm not usually a huge fan of like very sweet cakes, but like I could see myself like being in the mood for it every once in a while, so I'm just gonna C tier it for right now. Next we got biscuits.
Biscuits, like, and this must be a southern thing. I usually have rolls. That being said, I would never say no to biscuits. So A tier.
Mm-hmm. Biscuits are definitely inferior to rolls, but they're not like awful. We've had them a
I
few
wouldn't say
times.
like they don't have the Thanksgiving feel to them. I love biscuits, but they ain't it for Thanksgiving. Like they're not. You gotta have rolls on Thanksgiving. But biscuits, they're definitely delicious. Butter, jam, honey, or you can actually mix butter with jam or honey to create this sort of sweet, salty thing with the biscuit. Um, it gets a lot of hate or Popeyes biscuits. I think Popeyes biscuits are good.
When I went to Popeyes, I've only eaten at Popeyes once, and I just didn't really care for most of what they had in general. Like I'd be willing to give them another try someday, though.
They're all right. Fried chicken in general is not really my big
Me
thing. I'm never like,
neither.
oh, if someone brings over fried chicken, I'm gonna eat it. But I'm not ever like craving fried chicken. If I'm craving anything from Popeyes, it's the biscuits and maybe they have some pretty good fried shrimp, which is better than fried chicken.
Oh yeah, shrimp's always better.
Well, I don't like shrimp that much. I like fried shrimp.
I like shrimp quite a bit. As for where I
I'm
want
gonna
to put biscuits, I am going to say B tier. They're like
what? No, they're
B
so
for
good though.
biscuit. I don't know. I just never really get quite as into them. Like I kind of enjoy it. In fact,
What's up?
you know what? Yeah, as far as like the little bread circles that you put jelly and stuff on, like biscuits, rolls, English muffins, biscuits are definitely my least favorite. I think I'm actually gonna bump it down to C tier.
Oh dang, dang. Honestly, I would actually argue that biscuits might be better than I don't know. I don't know. I just love bread so much. English muffins, biscuits.
English
Uh,
muffins are fire.
biscuits are definitely better than English muffins.
As for rolls, well, we can discuss that next because rolls are up next.
Um, I guess I'll keep biscuits at A tier.
Yeah, it says dinner rolls, but like the picture, it's clearly like those regular rolls you have.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what a dinner roll is.
Anyways, rolls. I really like
S tier.
rolls.
S tier.
Yeah, I think I will have to concur. Like, I love rolls. However,
Dude, Thanksgiving, I love like 6, 7 rolls. Cover them in butter. Dip them in the gravy. Eat them with the turkey.
mhm, the one thing I have to complain about though is someone added King's Hawaiian right after dinner rolls. They know us. They know us. King Hawaiian is after us again.
Why would you? I don't even
King
think we should
Hawaiian
rank
is
that
after
because
us.
who has multiple kinds of rolls on Thanksgiving? Well, at my house, we always get the kind of rolls that you have to bake, not like the
Oh
pre-baked
yeah,
rolls. It's
we
kind of
also
crazy.
make our own rolls, but like
Yeah, yeah, that's the best way. Honestly,
it's
King's Hawaiian rolls aren't even that good. They're a little too sweet, if you ask me.
it's
But like,
my
no one has
enemy.
them on Thanksgiving. We're not. We don't even need to rank these. Like
Yeah, it's my
biscuits,
enemy.
I actually get. I get having biscuits.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know the King's Hawaiian lore, there should be a playlist on my channel of videos that mention King Hawaiian. But he's my enemy. Uh,
You know,
and it's a joke. But anyways, yeah, I actually don't think I've had Kings. I haven't had King's Hawaiian rolls in like
they're okay.
forever.
They're
Yeah,
mid,
just like
dude.
I like rolls, but like yeah, I'm not sure what to do. There's no way to like remove objects, so like
I would
yeah,
just leave it in the slot.
yeah. I
I
guess it's just gonna sit there.
they're putting like too many bread things. Like you don't like I love bread, but you don't need like too many articles of bread on Thanksgiving. That doesn't really make any sense. It's like stuffing and then either usually for us it's rolls. I guess for some
Well, I
people it's
don't think
biscuits.
they're saying
Again.
like I don't think they're implying that you'd have all of these at the same dinner table. I think they're just going over like the general things that people might have.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? In that case, King's Hawaiian are like they're like B tier.
All right. As for me, I have not had them. I generally really like rolls though, but I'm gonna take your word on B tier for on this one.
Oh, and you know what? Dipping rolls in like the cranberry sauce. Gotta be homemade, by the way. I've never had cranberry sauce in my life, and I don't freaking intend to, because homemade is the way to go. We'll discuss cranberry sauce
Very
later,
soon.
very soon. But dipping the rolls in it, good.
Speaking of rolls, crescent rolls.
You know what? I might put biscuits in S tier.
All right,
We're
if
already
you
moving on to the classic, but now the more I think about it, if it's a moist biscuit, oh, with some butter on it, so good. Crescent rolls like croissants.
yeah, I think so. It says crescent rolls. The picture's at a weird angle, but like I think croissant.
Yeah, same thing. If it's like not if it's like a Pillsbury one, it's not like, oh, it's not a traditional croissant, whatever. They're good, like A tier. You know, it's kind of hard to mess up rolls. I mean, I did just put King's Hawaiian in C tier, but I mean
You
B
put it in
tier.
B.
I put it in B. Yeah, because they're just kind of sweet, sweeter than a roll should be, just a little bit, and they're just not that great. The best rolls are the kinds that you at least bake from frozen. Obviously, from scratch, that's even different. But like pre-baked rolls are never going to be quite as good.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have like fresh, warm rolls,
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
the warmth of the bread is so good. I don't actually think I've ever had like just a plain crescent roll, so but I
They're
generally
good.
like bread and rolls and stuff. I'm gonna put it in B tier with King's Hawaiian.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're probably
just
like
because
A tier.
I don't have enough to say on them. But next we have Brussels sprouts.
Oh, F tier. These are one of the worst vegetables that are infamous. I'm not much of a veggie eater at all, to be honest with you, but Brussels sprouts especially.
I generally like vegetables. I think I've only had Brussels sprouts like once or twice, and I remember not really liking them. I don't have a strong distaste for them, but I definitely would never go out of my way to eat them. I was considering putting them in D tier, but I think I'm actually going to concur on F tier. Next is butternut squash.
Like I said, not a fan. I don't know, like D tier.
Uh,
Vegetables. I don't eat like any vegetables on Thanksgiving, guys. I know you can say I'm 5 years old, you can call me autistic, whatever. Point is, vegetables. they're just, I don't know. There's a couple of okay vegetables, and none of the Thanksgiving ones are any of the ones that I really like. You know?
I'm gonna be straight up. I don't really remember what like much about butternut squash. I can't remember like in my mouth what it tastes like. I just remember never really being a huge fan. I'm gonna put it in D tier. When we get to some of the vegetables I like, you'll see that I am definitely more of a vegetable enjoyer. Next, we have cranberry sauce.
A tier. It's not quite S, but I do like it quite a bit. Like I said, homemade can would probably be like B. It looks all like I've seen pictures of it. It looks all like gelatinous, like it's like more like Jello. Homemade, it's like an actual cranberry sauce, like it says. Homemade cranberry sauce, very good. It's a very
Yeah.
good side dish. Like I said, dip your roll in it. Put it on your roll. That's good. It's very good.
Yeah, I like it in the stuff. I generally like cranberries. Uh, and yeah, I think I have to agree with the A tier placement. I generally like jelly stuff. I generally like things like fruit sauce. Like I generally like cranberry sauce. And
Nugget.
I'm going to check the door for the cat while you tell the audience what you think of jellied cranberry, which I think that's the Jello cranberry canned stuff you were talking about.
Oh yeah. So Jello and stuff. Bad. Now I would say F tier because maybe not F tier. I mean, it is an insult to cranberry sauce, but I bet I could tolerate it. Maybe D tier. Probably D tier. Nugget, biscuit, nugget and a biscuit, nugget, biscuit,
Nugget
nugget
and
and a
a
biscuit,
biscuit.
nugget.
Dip it in the mashed potato.
That's what.
All right,
This
and then
barbecue sauce.
as for me, jellied cranberry, I don't like dislike it as much as you, but yeah, the canned stuff, it is like it doesn't work like a jelly. It's you like kind of scoop it up with a spoon. It's not very good plain. You generally any kind of jelly, jello type stuff, preserves, any kind of like fruit paste, or even if it's in a slightly jelly manner, it's usually too strong on its own. Like a jelly sandwich, I gotta have some peanut butter on it to balance it out. Or like on a smaller roll, there's more bread in that area. It's like
Yeah.
the bread
Well,
balances it out. But like
this is why
just scooping up the like cranberry sauce on the roll is really good. Just eating a spoonful of that cranberry stuff, and like I like eating plain dried cranberries, but like this, it's just too strong on its own. I think I'm going to have to put it in D tier.
it's weird. I've never had it, but I assume it's probably half artificial, given it. Because again, like I said, it's you were talking about jelly. The problem with jellies and jellos in general is that it doesn't taste or feel like fruit. It's just this really weird, swishy, almost rubbery food. Homemade cranberry sauce is more like a jam, where you're really tasting like fruit. That's what it tastes like. Fruit, because that's what it's made out of. That's why you can like eat it with a spoon, and it's not just like Jello. Like Jello, what am I in a retirement home? I'm not eating friggin' Jello.
Yeah, the only
Jello,
sometimes
Jello in
Jello.
general, not a very good dessert.
Yeah,
It's
it's like if it's at I've been to like a buffet where like they'll have those little Jello cubes. I'll usually at least like pick up like two or three of those, like just those tiny little cubes to eat, and then be like, oh yeah, that was decent. Like like a sushi buffet, have a little bit of Jello cubes at the end.
what I get in a buffet are those they always have those like round like fried donut things with the cinnamon sugar. Those are so good. We're not here to talk about that though.
Yeah, maybe another time. If you guys have any ideas for potential things we should rank, put them in the comments down below. I will read it. All right, next is green bean casserole.
Green beans, F tier.
No, like green bean casserole, like
Yeah,
specifically
I
green
know,
bean.
but there's green beans in it, so it's F
Oh,
tier. Most of like green beans brought the infamous vegetables, maybe they're as infamous to me. I do not like them. Sam, I am. I could not eat them with ham.
well, as a bit of a spoiler alert, I actually like green beans, but green bean casserole I just never got into. It's actually usually mostly the other ingredients, usually like the cheesiness and the sauce. I don't like F tier. No, not F tier. D tier. D tier. I don't dislike it enough for it to be an F tier, but like actually maybe I do. Maybe I do F tier. I don't know. I'm torn because I like green beans, but I usually don't like anything else in the casserole.
I've never been a fan of casseroles in general. They're so weird. I get the original reason people had them. It's like, oh, here's some leftover food, but like a bunch of old leftovers put into some kind of weird pie. Doesn't matter if you try and perfect it. This is not going to be a good dish.
Yeah. Next is roast turkey. So yeah, they do have a distinction between some of the different ways to make turkeys.
Oh,
Roast
okay.
is like
So roast turkey, the traditional, you season it up, you baste it, put it in the oven. Turkey.
yeah, stuffing it.
It's like the
Yeah.
center.
The centerpiece.
Oftentimes I end up eating more stuffing and rolls than turkey, but
Oh, definitely same
where would
here.
you be? Where would you be without your protein? you gotta have the turkey. You gotta have the meat, and oh, with the gravy, it's S tier. It really is, especially if you get plenty of skin. Oh yeah.
Personally, I'm going to have a pretty different take. We usually make a turkey with stuffing, and then like we have like a big crowd over, big family, that jazz. So we actually usually have two separate meat dishes. You'll see soon enough what my preferred Thanksgiving protein is. As for turkey, which we usually make it in the roast style, so I can definitely speak on this. Uh, I love that it brings me the stuffing. We'll get to stuffing when we get there. But as for the turkey itself, like I'll have like a slice or two sometimes. I don't know. Usually it's just a bit too dry for me, and I
That's
don't
what the gravy's for.
I don't like gravy. And then
Oh, spoiler alert! This guy doesn't like gravy. I'm not a. I'll talk more about gravy later. No more
yeah.
gravy discussion. I'm sure it's on the
But it's,
list.
yeah,
Um,
I don't dislike it. It's just like generally it's just it's kind of an meat. If it was the only meat we had on Thanksgiving, yeah, I'd be down to eat it because I need
what do
something
you
with some
guys
good.
have, like ham or something?
Yeah, I love ham. We'll get to that.
Oh
But
yeah, ham is not as good as turkey.
I have the inverse opinion. Ham is. I'm not gonna say what I think of ham until we get there, but turkey, it's C tier.
Okay, that's a little bit harsh, but all right.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of like it's one of those things like everyone likes turkey, everyone likes steak, and I don't like either of them.
Oh, you know what? I'll since no one a steak is not a Thanksgiving food. I don't think it's on this list. I'm not a big steak fan because it's dense and chewy.
Yeah, too chewy.
Turkey,
Turkey's too
you roast up a
dry.
good turkey. You roast up a turkey, you can like rip it up into little bits covered in gravy. It's not gonna be all dense and weird like steak. Steak and pork chops. Not a fan.
Oh yeah,
They're
pork
like,
chops. I always
"If
want.
you haven't had a good one." No, I just don't like it. One time I'm like, I don't like coffee. And he's like, you've never had good coffee. And I'm like, you could serve me coffee that was brewed. I I, I don't know, in a fucking golden pot. It doesn't matter. Don't like it. And some people just can't comprehend that. And I
Yeah,
get it. You don't like turkey. I can comprehend. I can get why you don't like the turkey. Like, I mean, even though most of the problems you have with it are solved with gravy, but obviously you don't like turkey gravy because the gravy comes from the turkey.
yeah. Next is
So, and
cornbread.
cornbread, S tier. I've never had it because usually, again, we just have rolls, but I would never complain if we had cornbread.
Oh dang, you guys gotta come down here for Thanksgiving sometimes. We like almost always make cornbread, and I also really like
Yeah,
it. S tier.
we have we had this. It's pretty much just my family up in Oregon. So he's got a big crowd. It's just 6 people here with the occasional guest. One of these days, though, we're planning, Toby. We're planning to like all go up to Colorado for Thanksgiving, and then I know it's going to be a party.
You're going forwards in time to that Thanksgiving to get Maddox in Colorado.
No, but seriously, and if not everyone, maybe at least I'll do it next year.
Do it. Actually, I do like
If,
cornbread.
if not every, I mean, I would. It would be a shame to be a. It would be a shame to be away from everyone else. Like I'd rather
Hopefully,
everyone
everyone
else.
can come down. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It would be awesome. I would be playing. I mean, I'd be paying for my ticket. I'd be putting plenty
It
of
would be
money
so
in.
awesome. It would be
It
so
would be.
cool.
We'd be packed in like sardines in your room and shit. But I don't know where everyone was. I mean, I would sleep in. I always sleep in Toby's room, guys. I sleep with Toby in his bed.
No, no.
That's
People
not
have seen in
true.
my
That's not.
videos. It's a bunk bed, and I have a trundle underneath it.
I do not sleep in the same, guys. I do. We wouldn't fit. I mean, maybe if no, we wouldn't
Anyways,
fit.
I moved cornbread down to A tier. I still really like it, but I decided I want to save S for like my personal top
Yeah,
favorites. Like I would eat
I
them any
totally
day of the
agree.
year.
And I think rolls are better than cornbread, so cornbread is A.
Yeah. My
And you
S
know
tier
what?
is for
You know
stuff I'm gonna
what?
do every
I
day.
will. I'm gonna move biscuits back down to A because this is specifically also my Thanksgiving
Rufus.
favorites. And biscuits to me, they just don't speak Thanksgiving because I've just never traditionally had them on Thanksgiving. So they're going down to A tier, while rolls stay in S tier because that's like the Thanksgiving choice for me. Rolls.
Yeah, that's totally
Dinner rolls,
fair.
that is.
Uh,
Traditional
one
dinner
mo-
rolls.
one moment, Maddox. My cat Rufus is in the room with me. He's on this chair. You guys might hear him meow.
Murdoch is across from me. I'm gonna come up and pet him. He's just kind of sitting on a chair.
Hey Rufus, say hi. Yeah, I think I got a good meow into the microphone that time.
Murdoch, he meowed. I don't know if you guys could hear him.
Oh yeah, I heard him.
I heard
Rufus.
her. So continuing. So like I said, um, cornbread and biscuits moved down to A tier because yeah, sometimes you lose sight of S is the top favorites and specifically the top Thanksgiving favorites.
Yeah.
Like I said, can't live without them. I mean, I couldn't live without the A tier stuff either, but like,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I guess if I had to come on.
the A tier stuff is definitely like don't get anything wrong about A tier. A tier still is great, like above the bar, like really good.
Yeah, y'all know I'm very excited for Thanksgiving, and I don't remember how old I was, but you've reached unk status when you Thanksgiving officially becomes better than Halloween. I don't know. I think I was like 14 or 15 when I thought that, but still, Thanksgiving is my second favorite holiday.
Thanksgiving
After
is pretty
Christmas.
epic.
It's fun. And then those family members that don't like to spend time like I actually am usually upstairs with my family a lot, like watching TV, just watching TV. The antisocial members of the family have to come up and hang out because that's what you got to do sometimes. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. Mexican train. Mexican train is not a meal, but it's a great part of things. I'm not a big board game fan, but I'm a big Mexican train fan. It's just a fun game to play. Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, and
Yeah, fun
New Year's is
domino.
not as good, but you can play games and eat snacks on New Year's, and it'll be fun. So
Yeah.
back to the list anyway. Back to the list.
Next is more corn product. Corn on the cob.
Oh, D tier. Gross. Don't like it. F tier, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to put too many things in F, but like, I don't know. It's F tier. I don't like it. I don't like corn.
I will say, I prefer my corn in a bowl. Corn in a bowl, especially if it was cooked with some butter on it, because it adds a little bit more like moisture to it. I
Well,
don't.
butter's great.
It's
But butter
corn.
is fantastic. There's very few things that would not taste better with some butter.
I love corn. However, corn on the cob is the worst way to eat it. It's so clunky and uncomfortable. Uh, like you have to like bite into it at this weird angle, and no matter what you do, you're gonna get crap all over your face. It's all messy. It's like a cartoon character eating a giant piece of meat and getting their face covered in the meat sauce. It's like it's
Yeah, yeah, I'm not a
like
fan of messy foods.
so like eating it on the cob sucks. Shucking it off and just having the corn in a bowl, I actually really like. So I don't think they have corn in a bowl on here. If someone handed me a corn on the cob and I had ample room on my plate or a bowl, I would grab a spoon, scrape the corn off, and then eat it. So I'm putting corn on the cob for the sake of the taste of the corn, not the on the cob a mode of eating it in A tier. But
All right.
I hate eating it on the cob. It sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of like ribs taste good, but I never like order them in a restaurant because they're just so messy. I don't want to eat them all the time.
Oh yeah,
I,
especially eating
oh God,
messy
I love
stuff
ribs.
and
'Cause ribs are tender. Oh, ribs are good, but just like you cover them with the sauce but they're so messy. They're
yeah,
just so messy.
yeah, especially eating messy stuff in a restaurant pits.
Yeah, at least when you're at home, you can just kind of like kick back. In a restaurant, that one shitty cloth napkin they give you is not enough.
Yeah, for like
Oh, it
the
goes
messy ass
messed up.
crap.
I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm a baby. I always use a bunch of napkins at restaurants. Like I went to this barbecue restaurant recently. They have a paper towel roll full of thick, not just these shitty thin paper towels, thick paper towels for you to use. And they have a sink that you can use. Like it's not a bathroom sink. They have a big sauce removing sink, they call it, because it's a barbecue restaurant. They know people get messy. I wish every restaurant just had like a paper towel roll, not those shitty cloth ones you like put in your lap. What? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's kind of weird.
Restaurant etiquette can be so dumb like that.
Rufus, my cats are being weird.
Yeah. Yeah, if
Yeah,
we keep going like this, the list will drag on forever. I don't know what's next.
it's fine. It's fine. That's the whole point of these videos is to go on and talk and stuff. Next is spinach.
Spinach is good in things, but I've never heard of eating it plain on Thanksgiving. Like
Some
it's
people have
good.
like
Like
a spinach soup.
oh, ew. I'm not a big fan of a lot of like soups. Spinach is good like on a sandwich. Spinach like soup does not sound very good. Like I
I
don't
have an
know.
easy answer because I just don't like the taste of spinach. F tier.
Spinach is actually a good vegetable that I like. It's like lettuce, but actually tastes better than lettuce. It's also far more nutritious than lettuce. Lettuce not that nutritious. Well, I think leaf lettuce is more nutritious than iceberg. Iceberg's not that nutritious, but spinach is better than all of them. It makes Popeye strong. Good in a sandwich, but I'm gonna put it in C tier because, yeah, is the context like eating it plain on the side?
Yeah, the
Oh, and
picture is like this
also
bowl of
spinach.
spinach.
Spinach is good in a quiche as well.
Next is creamed spinach, which sounds gross, but I
But
haven't
yes,
had. I'm
that's
putting
like
that in F
that's like
tier.
that's like D tier. I don't like any of my things creamed. It just makes it all soggy and
Yeah, it just
gross.
makes it gross. You said D tier or F tier?
We'll do D tier.
All right. One moment. I gotta go. Cats, you gotta stop yelling at me when I'm trying to record. All right. Asparagus.
Oh, never had it. Or maybe I've had it. I don't know. I probably didn't like it if I had it. D tier.
Yeah, I don't like asparagus
Not like
either.
mustard
It
then.
is. I know I was saying I like vegetables, but I like a lot of the ones that aren't particularly Thanksgiving-y. You know, like things that you eat on the normal, like carrots, celery, that kind of jazz. I like a lot of the regular vegetables. A lot of the fancier ones people pull out for Thanksgiving are really gross. Asparagus, F tier. Next is creamed corn, which is just
Ew. F
it's
tier.
it's just an inferior way of eating corn. Corn's better when it's just put the corn in the bowl. And I generally when my food's too creamy, it's just kind of gross. F tier.
Yeah, F. I don't
Next,
like cream anything.
yeah. Next is the classic white gravy you were talking of.
No, white. Turkey gravy is brown.
I've always seen white gravy. Oh wait, oh I see. There's brown
Like
gravies
weird.
next.
That weird. Okay,
So have you?
here's what I was
Well, have
going
you
to
had
talk about
white
with gravy.
gravy?
I do not like white gravy because it's weird and thick, and it's just well, it's too thick.
White
I
gravy
do
is the
not.
only gravy I've ever had. I've never had brown gravy. I've only had white gravy.
That's crazy because white gravy is like thick and full of sauce. It's like made from like sausage grease.
Yeah, it's always
Turkey
like
gravy.
white gravy and biscuits or white gravy and mushrooms and stuff. And it's always like, I'd rather just have the thing without the gravy. I never got why everyone else liked it. Some people just like spoon it up and eat it like a weird mashed potato thing. But like, it's gross. F tier
It
for
is.
me.
I'll tell you, white gravy. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of white gravy. I've never had it on Thanksgiving because we always just have turkey gravy, which is brown gravy. It's thin and it's brown. It's more like a brown gravy is more like a broth. It's not thick like white gravy. I really don't like white gravy. I'll put it in like D tier. I don't
That's
like it at
fair.
all.
Next is the brown gravy you like, which I think definitely looks more appetizing, though I have not had it. I will give it a fair shot in C tier.
S tier. It's what makes the turkey great. You gotta. It's just so good. Brown gravy, and sometimes I think people get it from like packets, but you can also make it. I'm pretty sure my mom usually makes the brown gravy just out of like the turkey juice herself, and you can't have the turkey without it. Otherwise, the turkey is rather dry. I mean, not. I mean, it's not too dry if you cook it good, and my mom usually cooks it good, but it's a lot better covered in the gravy.
Mm-hmm.
Downside is gravy gets cold fast, so sometimes you have to heat it up. That's okay. You can also dip some of your stuffing in it and your bread rolls in it.
I've
It's a
never heard
key
of
part of
dipping
Thanksgiving.
stuffing in something.
Yeah, I do it sometimes. But we'll get to stuffing later.
How exactly? Like, do you like pick it up with a fork or something? Like,
Yeah,
it's
I stab it with a fork and just kind of give it a dip. Sometimes I'll go like stuffing, turkey, gravy dip, and then eat it in one bite.
sounds interesting.
Wow.
Next up is the goat ham. Though specifically the first one they're mentioning is spiral ham. You know, when it's like cut into those like
Yeah,
slices.
the big fancy kind.
Yes, fancy spiral ham as opposed to just like a big slab. That's next.
C tier.
What?
I'm gonna eat any ham. I will eat thin lunch meat ham, but like thick ham is just really gross. It's
Oh
just
well,
super.
this is the spiral ham.
Yeah, spiral ham is like thick and gross. That's what I'm saying. I'm
Well, it's
saying in the
thinner in
context.
comparison to the slab, but I guess I'm getting what you're saying. As for me, spiral ham, like S tier.
Yeah, what I'm saying about ham is that if I eat any ham, I will eat like lunch meat ham, you know.
Oh yeah, I love throwing
Even
lunch meat ham.
then, even then, it's not really that good unless it's like a peppered or paprika ham, or I'm eating it with something like salami or turkey. Like it's not that good by itself because, well, it's ham. It's okay. But yeah, spiral ham, stuff like that is like C tier. I could go. He really likes it, but me, I could go my whole life without having it again. I would never be like, man, gotta have a big piece of ham. Don't eat it.
Yeah, I love them
Now,
big.
one time I did heat up some thick pieces of ham. I like fried up leftover ham with some eggs. That was actually pretty good. Other than that, I'd rather have bacon or sausage with my eggs. You know, I had the ham because it was there. It was kind of good, but
That's
yeah,
fair.
man.
Speaking of ham, next is the big slab. You know, just like cut it off into little pieces like you do it with the turkey. You have the big piece of ham, you cut it yourself with that knife, and yeah, all that jazz.
Once again, C tier. Those are pretty much the same to me.
Well, yeah, that's fair. As for me, I think I love the taste of ham, but I will uh prefer having ham in generally any kind of meat. The having it in thinner slices is better. So, just for the sake of pointing out that I do prefer ham when it's cut thinner, I'll have the spiral ham above the regular ham. So
It
ham
would
will
be
be an
super
A
weird
tier.
to have like it would be super weird to have like thin, like ultra thin meat on Thanksgiving though, like a lunch meat cut.
Oh yeah, no. Like you wouldn't want that for Thanksgiving thing. Like spiral ham is thinner than what you usually end up cutting with regular ham chunks.
Uh,
But I still
yeah.
love regular ham chunks. Well, in fact, you know what? I've changed my mind. I just love ham in general, S tier, but just have it noted. Let the record state that I like spiral a bit more. Next is another form of making turkey, smoked turkey, which I have never had, so I'm just putting it in the same tier I put regular turkey, C
I'm
tier.
gonna put it in the I think it's probably good. I feel like roasted might taste better, so I'll put smoked in like A tier. I think roasted usually, I don't know. The way we roast it up, I think is probably better, but A tier, I'll put it in A tier.
All right. Next is macaroni and cheese, which I don't think I've had. Cats don't start fighting. I haven't had macaroni and cheese on Thanksgiving before, but like I generally it's it kind of depends. Some like fancier, creamier macaroni and cheeses I really don't like. I don't like macaroni and cheese with meat in it. But when it's like that's that plain macaroni and cheese, especially like craft brand, S tier.
Um, I think the only reason we've ever served macaroni on Thanksgiving is my sisters really like it. Oh, let's get macaroni. Like, what are you, 5? It's macaroni. We don't eat macaroni on Thanksgiving. But you know what? I can't really say, oh, what are you, 5? Because I don't eat vegetables. Um, that being said, macaroni is like D tier. I don't really like it very much.
That's
Super
fair.
rich. Almost any other cheese dish is better than macaroni.
That's fair. Next is baked mac and cheese, which more homemade, like maybe there's some meat
Baked
in it,
mac
maybe
and
there's some
cheese
stuff in it.
is like I'm gonna say C tier because it's better than like shitty store-bought mac and cheese. One time, my mom did make this baked mac and cheese, and she put smoked salmon in it. That was pretty good.
Yeah, the thing is, I'd rather have a regular mac and cheese with smoked salmon next to it to eat. Baked mac and cheese, kind of D tier. Don't like it. I like macaroni and cheese when it's real. Macaroni and cheese is one that the simpler is usually better. Next is
Black and
mashed potatoes.
oh, F tier. The texture feels gross, and the taste is. Potatoes are best chopped up and fried.
I will say potatoes do have mashed potatoes do have a range. When it's more chunky and has like skin chunks in it, that's kind of like C tier. When it's nice, smooth, fluffy, airy, creamy, S tier.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
I don't do mashed potatoes.
my cat's meowing at the door again. One sec.
You gotta put your foot down.
Hello.
He doesn't put his foot down. I
Oh,
just
going on?
sometimes with Mike, I just tell him, "Hey,
She's being loud
stop.
again.
I'm gonna stop interacting with you," and eventually they give up.
Dang cats always interrupting. They're good cats. I love my cats. Next is baked potato.
Uh, Same thing. I don't really like them that much. So like, F.
Baked potatoes I used to not like because they always just felt more bland than when we would have those whipped up mashed potatoes. But a baked potato with a little bit like some seasoning. I don't remember which it's like a green seasoning. I don't remember. A little bit of butter. It can actually be pretty good. I'm gonna put it in like B tier. Next is sweet potatoes.
Slightly better than regular potatoes, like D.
That's fair.
Again, I just don't like. They're usually just very mushy and nasty. I don't like them. Not that big of a fan of mushy food because
That
I'm not 90 years old, you know.
That's fair. As for me, sweet potatoes, yeah, the mush, maybe have a layer of uh, marshmallows on top. It's nice as like a little bit of a, you know, kind of Thanksgiving y dessert kind of thing, but it's definitely not my favorite or anything. I, but I'm gonna put it in B tier. Yeah, like I'll have a few scoops, I'll like it, but it's nothing I go super on my way for. But it's good, not bad. Uh, Next is classic green beans.
F.
And I will
Man,
have
something I like is gonna come back up eventually here.
I'll have to strongly disagree on the green beans. I like them
Yeah.
quite a lot. A tier. Next is even better peas, easy S tier.
Peas are an easy F tier. They're gross.
I
Most
love
green
peas.
vegetables, except for spinach. Spinach is good, but most green vegetables are not good.
I love peas. Just a bowl of peas. Nice, cool peas. Next is cabbage.
Who just eats freaking cabbage? Like cabbage is like B tier because it's well, if you cook it, it's nasty. But like cabbage is okay if it, in a salad or like you can put cabbage in like a taco or a sandwich. But like,
Judging by the picture, I think it's like cooked cabbage. I don't know.
yeah, that cooked cabbage sounds gross because then it's gonna get super mushy and wet.
I don't like cabbage in the first place, so F tier.
I'll put it in like C. I'm not really. I'm gonna put it in D because I'm pretty sure it's implied, but it's cooked. Let the record show though, crispy, watery cabbage can be good with stuff. Cooked cabbage, no sir.
Yeah, cabbage can be like all right in a salad, but like I'd rather just have a bowl of like iceberg and leaf lettuce maybe, and then like ranch, then throw in like tomatoes and cucumbers and stuff.
Cucumbers, those are good.
Oh yeah, cucumbers S tier. Next is fried oyster mushrooms. Never heard of that.
Ew, mushrooms. Never heard of it. I'm just gonna put it in F tier because I don't like mushrooms.
I will have to concur. I've never heard of these.
Oysters are okay. I love seafood, but oysters are not like my among the best of the seafood creatures that the sea creatures eat. Uh, but mushroom, gross.
Yeah, I do not like mushrooms. Very rarely they can be good on or in something, but like 99% of the time, gross. Next is deviled eggs.
Ass. Dude, deviled eggs. Now deviled eggs do have a bit of a soft texture, and they're best eaten with pretzel sticks, or we'll get to this later, but the homemade Chex Mix. Shove it in the egg, shove it in your mouth, eat it. So good. I do love me some deviled eggs.
Despite liking eggs in scrambled and omelet forms quite a bit, and even like uh, fried eggs, like uh, deviled eggs, I just never really got into. I might try them again this year when people have them, but generally, that I don't like the taste of the still solid egg whites is the issue. So I'm gonna put it in D tier.
Yeah, it's actually I didn't like boiled eggs as a kid because I would eat the whites, but I thought that the hard yolk was weird. I learned to love the non-runny yolks of a boiled egg or a I mean deviled eggs start out as boiled eggs and they add mayo mustard to make it nice and like smooth.
Yeah, I prefer
Can't wait to eat
like
deviled eggs.
I prefer like breakfasty eggs, like eggs on a sandwich, eggs scrambled, eggs like fried egg. Those are really good.
Deviled eggs are okay. The only time I really like them is in a breakfast burrito. The best way to have a hot egg is to fry it up. Have it with bacon and toast or
Fried eggs
pancakes or
really
something.
good. I'd say the best way to have it is fold it into an omelet. That's really good.
Yeah, those are all right. I like them on the side with some bacon. Oh, egg bacon, thick, not crispy bacon. I'm talking like thick, chewy bacon with just a little bit of crispiness. Because like I don't get why some people like to eat their bacon when it's like so crispy. It's like I don't know. It's like barky. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know what
I don't
that.
like that.
It's so
Bacon
gross. They're
is
like,
generally.
oh, let me get the crispiest bacon. It's like, dude,
I like
bacon's
when.
got a bit of a chew to it.
Yeah, I like when the bacon's in the omelet. Like if I'm folding an omelet, fold it up with like ham or bacon in it. That like ham
Put
or
cheese in
bacon
your omelet.
omelet. Oh yeah, of course. Always got to put cheese on
Some
omelets and scrambled eggs.
some cheddar or maybe some pepper jack. Maybe even a bit of both.
Yeah, I should make an omelet one of these days again. It's been too long. Next is fried turkey, which I don't think we've ever
Eat your
fried.
eggs, kids.
But
Eggs are turkey.
I'm putting it in C tier with the other turkeys I put.
It sounds so good. I'm putting it in S. Never had it. Toby actually got us a vessel which you can fry a turkey in. And I think I've been bugging my mom, like, you gotta fry that shit up.
Yeah, you guys should
Unless
try
the
it this
weather.
year.
You can't fry them in the house because it can easily start a fire. One of the biggest like causes of house fires and holidays, people frying turkeys in the house and not outside. They need to be fried on a deck or a patio. So if the weather's bad, we can't use Toby's like vessel thing he gave us. I'm just gonna call it the vessel.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not too rainy. It's a very rainy time of year here in Oregon. Like November itself is the rainiest month. It's super windy and rainy almost every night. It rains and it's a pain in the ass to drive in. So we might have to roast it. Maybe we can fry it. Sounds super good.
Yeah. The next one is not labeled, and I wish it was because I don't know what it is. It kind of looks like jalapeno slices, though. You want to take a look at it? It's the
Uh,
top one on the images at the bottom.
yeah.
It's right
I,
above
I
wine.
I don't know what that is. I'll
It's
just skip it. We don't know what it is.
let's see. I'm going to. Can I copy this image? Okay, okay. I'll have to screenshot this image,
Dude, it's not that big of a deal.
and then
We don't know what it is. We've probably never had it before, so how can we rank it anyway?
well, let me just try it out. Gonna Google images,
Yeah, he's very determined.
paste the image.
Oh, they have wine on the list. I didn't even notice. I guess I don't know if they have beer.
It says collard greens.
Oh, I mentioned that earlier. I've never had a collard green. Sounds nasty though, so I don't know. Can't really rank it because I don't know what it is. We've never had a collard. I know what it is. I've never had it before.
Yeah,
So
it kind of just looks like a
yeah.
pile of vegetable skins, which kind of sounds D tier. I'm putting it in D tier because that kind of sounds
Put it in F. I
not
probably
good.
think it's F.
Next is wine. One of the classic drinks on Thanksgiving is alcohol.
Oh, I've never. I'm more of a beer and cider guy myself, but some of the wine looks good, and I've actually thought about like I can't.
One moment, Maddox. Give me one moment. All right. Had to deal with that. All right, continue what you're saying about wine.
Anyways, as I was saying, I haven't really had the opportunity to try a lot of wine. I think it looks good. It's made out of like grapes and shit. It's got fruit and alcohol. I love both of those things. See, I can't really rank this. I've never really had, aside from communion wine, which doesn't count. I've never had like a glass of wine.
I guess.
Never.
Let's see. I'll.
So I've had plenty of beer. Um, that's different than wine. We should really create a haven't tried it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm making that now, and yeah, I'm going to move that green collard greens or whatever into there because we both have not had that.
And the fuck, dude.
Yeah, moving the collard greens down there, and then let's see, was there anything else in here that I hadn't had? Oh yeah,
Moving
I can't
on.
really remember what King's Hawaiian tastes like, so I'm moving that down to haven't had. I also
Oh, I
haven't.
guess you can put the fried and smoked turkeys in haven't had because I've only actually had the roasted turkeys.
Yeah.
I mean, I've
Then
had smoked turkey lunch meat, but this is like a smoked whole ass turkey.
see
So
brown
not the same,
brie, haven't
not remotely the same at all.
have not had smoked or fried. And then let's see. Yeah, I think we're good now. I think we are good on that now. And then are you putting wine and haven't had?
Well, yeah, because I
As
haven't
for
had it.
me, yeah, I haven't really had a lot of wine either, though generally I'm not an alcohol person. Next is spiced cider, which
Spice?
yeah, like there's like non-alcoholic cider we usually have at around this time of year, and it's like apple cider, has like some little cinnamon spice in it. Really
Sounds good.
good. A tier.
Sounds good. Sounds A tier. Yeah, I think I've had that before. Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
good. Even if it's been years, I can recall having something like it in apple cinnamon juice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Next is it's bottles of some sort. I'm trying to tell if that's like champagne, beer, cider bottles. It says sparkling
Uh,
on it, so I think it's like
yeah, that looks
champagne.
like champagne, which I've never had.
Champagne or sparkle. It's probably sparkling wine, actually.
That's what champagne is.
Oh. I cut that from the record.
Like I'm pretty sure there's like some legal classification for like true champagne. It comes from France, but that's all it is sparkling wine.
Yeah. As for me, I actually
Don't
have had
forget.
some.
You've had it. You've had real sparkling wine.
I don't know if it was sparkling wine or champagne, but like they poured me a glass of this last year, and I thought I
Oh,
like some of
Toby
the.
got tipsy.
No, I didn't. It was like a small cup. I didn't really care that much for like. I liked the initial flavor, but like it had this weird like stingy aftertaste that basically every alcohol I've ever drank had. So the aftertaste makes like if it didn't have the aftertaste, it'd actually probably be A tier, but the aftertaste just makes me have to bump it down to D tier at the best.
They have like sparkling cider, which you think the same thing. It's just like non-alcoholic champagne.
Yeah,
It
I'd
exists
probably like that.
before because I think I've had it like as a kid before on Thanksgiving.
Next is roasted veggies.
S tier. Enough
I
vegetable. Bring
I
on the food that's good.
I generally don't have a huge issue with it, but like almost every vegetable is better raw. Like
Maybe we
just
like it raw. Yes,
just
maybe we like it raw.
wash off the cucumber, eat it. Wash off the celery, eat it. Rinse the peas, maybe put a bit of butter on it, eat it. Wash the green beans, eat it. Or like the things that you put in roasted veggies, like broccoli, carrots, that kind of stuff. Always better just raw. So I'm putting it in D tier because I like the ingredients. I don't like the form of it being made. D tier. Next is the classic, the S tier stuffing. Easy S tier. S is for stuffing.
Here, no nuts, no berries, no celery, just stuffing. I don't want anything in it. It's S tier.
Now the next one it mentions is sausage stuffing, which I think that's like when it has like maybe it sometimes has a
Yeah,
little
like
bit of bread. Then
unnecessarily has like sausage in it. Like a sausage is fine, but it doesn't need to be in stuffing.
yeah, it's not as good as plain stuffing, but still I'm deciding between A and B tier. I think B tier. It's just like
Never
I
had
don't know. It's
sausage stuffing. I've never had sausage stuffing, so I'm gonna put it in that. I've never
yeah.
had it.
We had it like once or twice, and I remember when I ate it for the first time, I was like, why is this stuffing taste kind of off? Because it didn't. It kind of messes with the texture. It makes it a lot more like chunkier because it's around all this like meat pieces rather than the looseness of classic stuffing.
Yeah, not a fan.
Next is
Probably.
sweet potato casserole. Oh, that's when the sweet potato like has the marshmallows on top. As for raw sweet potatoes, I'm moving that down to haven't had because I have not just bitten into a sweet potato. As for sweet potato casserole, that's going back up in B tier.
Yeah, I don't know, like D.
All right. Next is I don't know what that's talking about. It says booty noodles.
What the hell?
Yeah, and there's like these.
Never had a booty noodle.
That's really funny, but yeah, I have not had. I've never heard of it before today, and I'm guessing that's the same for you.
Yes, that's not a word. I think I found it here.
That's really weird. Also, you sound kind of far away from the mic. You might want to get checked.
What's up? I've never heard of a booty noodle. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, never in my life.
Next is potato salad, which I do not like. F tier.
No, once again, weird potato shit that does not need to exist.
What's yours?
I don't know. F. I don't really know where to put this stuff because I just kind of straight up don't like it.
Next is pumpkin pie. S tier. Best pie.
Oh, yeah. I would probably put it in S tier.
You know, we
Can't
just
have a pro You can't have a proper Thanksgiving without pumpkin pie at the end.
We just ate pumpkin pie in the most recent video I made on with Maddox on his channel,
Yeah, see,
Jack O'Ween.
I made that video. I mean, he helped me make it, but I mean, I put it together.
We made it together. We both wrote it, but like you edited it and like all that jazz. But yeah, we put it together for his channel, and we had pumpkin pie. It was really good. And next is candied yams, which I think I had like once and didn't like. F tier.
Never had them. Probably wouldn't like him, but we'll put him in the never had role. Give him a chance, I guess. Probably will never have him in my life.
Next is apple pie. Not quite as good as pumpkin pie, but still pretty great. A tier.
Oh, apple pie is actually weird, and I don't like it. It's like C tier. It's like one of the one pies I don't like too much. Not because I don't like apples, I just don't like the way the apples come out in pie form.
That's fair. As for the one pie, well, one of the pies I don't really like, pecan pie. I just don't like pecans. B tier.
It's just a shitty version of pumpkin pie, dude. Like it wishes it was pumpkin pie.
Yeah, it wishes. D tier for
Pecan
me.
pie, dude, exactly. Pecan pie just wishes it was pumpkin pie, dude. But it ain't pumpkin pie, so it can't be. First of all, it's
You're not
pumpkin
pumpkin
pie.
pie.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's pecan pie. Third of all, you want to be pumpkin pie, but you can't be pumpkin pie because you're pecan pie.
Look, I'm gonna want to be pumpkin pie, acting like it's hooked on pecan. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, pecans are just gross. They're one of the
That's one
bad
of like,
nuts.
yeah, I love. Let the record say I love nuts, and I mean the food.
But yeah, pecans and almonds are both sucky nuts.
Yo, hold up, almonds are all right. they're not as good as cashews, obviously, or peanuts, which I know peanuts are not a real nut, so I don't want any commenters who would actually, yes, they're a legume or something. But I'm just gonna put them in nuts because they're a crunchy thing you put salt on and you eat it with cheese and such.
All right, where
All
are
right.
you? Your mic sounds a bit off, and where do you put pecan pie?
Oh, F.
F.
It wishes. It wishes was pumpkin pie.
Next is sweet potato pie, and I feel like I've had
It
that.
also it was pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I really wish it was pumpkin pie. I feel like I've had it maybe once. I don't really remember most of what it was like, but I'm putting it in D tier because I don't remember being that fond of it.
Yeah, same.
D tier.
Yeah, and you know what, dude? It just wishes. It wishes
Next is
it was fun.
peach cobbler, which I think
So,
was I thought it was like decent, not bad, not amazing. B tier. Where are you putting peach cobbler?
oh, I don't think I've ever had peach. I've had other cobblers that were fantastic though. So I don't know. I'll put it and never had it. I
That's
mean,
fair.
I had like a blueberry cobbler once. That was really good. I'd probably like peach cobbler.
Next is banana pudding. I don't think I've ever had that.
Bad. I like bananas, but that sounds bad.
Yeah, you putting it haven't had or
Yeah, I put it in head because I haven't tried it, but it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound very apple.
and next, that was a pre-made list. There's one thing that we added to it that was sorely missing from this list. Chex Mix. Specifically, we're talking about like when you make it at home because it's just not the same store
Yes,
bought.
yeah. They have the ingredients on the back of like the box of most boxes of checks, and also around the holiday time, they will sell boxes that come with all three versions, like all three checks of the main checks, and they have the recipe on the back. I'm pretty sure my mom she modifies it, right? She
Oh yeah,
tweaks it up.
we do our own crazy things like yeah,
What
you
is it? It's like honestly my favorite part of Thanksgiving.
have some good sauce, have some good nuts in it, have some good
Oh
little
yeah,
mini
we know.
pretzels.
We do not put nuts in it.
We sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. If we do, it's like we like put like some peanuts in it sometimes, but lots of
Yeah,
times
I
we
like
don't.
nuts. I like peanuts. I do not like them in my ketchup.
That's fair. That's fair. Chex Mix is A tier for me. It's pretty good.
It's F. I don't know how you could rank it lower.
All right. Well, guys, the list you are currently looking at is Maddox's tier list. This is his list from S to F and the haven't hads. And then the list you are now looking at is my tier list from S to F and haven't had. Thank you all so much for watching. And there's an ad in the bottom of the screen. That's
Ugh.
annoying me. Ugh.
She's gonna try to cover up some of the ads. They might sneak in, but
Yeah.
he's gonna try his best. So if you hate on him, go fuck yourself.
It only showed up at the bottom because it like the bottom moved up when the list got smaller on the bottom. But yeah, that is all of our rankings. Oh my god.
Yeah, if you guys heard any noises, I was oiling one of my knives during that towards the end because it was stiff from using it at work, and I needed to
Stiff.
oil it. So I needed, yeah, I was stiff, so I got the so I oiled it up. Gosh.
Well, thank you all so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe so you do not miss the next epic tier list with Camo Stag or just the next video. I know I'm at least
Yeah,
making
we
one
had the
more.
video. We had the beach vlog video.
Hey, that was
For,
just
for
really good.
probably it's probably gonna be there's probably gonna be a sand dunes. There's gonna be a triple zone trip there probably, which means there's gonna be videos, shenanigan videos. You know,
Yeah, that'll
can't
probably be
get.
like that'll probably be like next year. But yeah, we're having some
Oh yeah,
crazy
no,
stuff.
that's not gonna be till it's not gonna be till the summer,
Yeah, but we have
but
some good plans. This is the holiday season, so we're gonna be making holiday themed videos for a bit. We're gonna have some shit posts, some skit posts, some big specials if I can think of a script for any Thanksgiving or Christmas specials. Maybe even like a parody song or two. So be sure to subscribe, and also at the end of this video, there will be a link to Camo Stag's channel. Subscribe to him too. Watch Jackoween. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Goodbye. All right. I'm gonna.
All right.